What's up, everybody? How y'all doing today? So this movie, Copenhagen, was actually requested of me by one of my subscribers, and I'll pop a link to her channel in the description below. The movie is currently available on Netflix, and to say the least, this movie's something else. Now, if you don't want to know anything about the movie at all, just know that I highly recommend it. And the basic plot of the movie is that this gentleman, who is played by the guy who plays Renly Baratheon on Game of Thrones, is in his late 20s and he's trying to find his grandfather. And I don't think this is a spoiler because it's actually like in the description on Netflix. But along the way, he meets a young lady who is significantly younger than he is, and then they go off on a little adventure to try and find his grandpappy. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because there's a bit of a culture clash when you're watching this movie, because I'm not gonna lie, the age disparity, I don't want to give too much away, but there's certain points where it just gets a little bit creepy. And it's doing that intentionally to make you uncomfortable, but there was a couple times, I'm not gonna lie, I had to pause the movie and do a couple laps around the house, because I was just like, I can't handle this right now. It's not super graphic, but it's enough to make you uncomfortable, to the point where I had to look up the age of the main actress in the movie. Come to find out, she's like in her early 20s or something, so it's not as uncomfortable, you know, in real life as it is on the screen. So just keep in mind it's a work of fiction, and you won't get creeped out, hopefully. But about that, I will say, I feel like that was actually a goal of the movie, was to make you uncomfortable. Because in my opinion, not everybody will take this same theme away from the movie, but from what I can extrapolate, I think this movie has a lot to do with becoming comfortable with your discomfort. And you're not gonna understand exactly what I'm saying unless you actually watch the movie. But the point I'm trying to make is that this movie, it just has so many more layers to it than you might think. Because on the surface, it's like you just see these two characters in like this kind of coming-of-age story. Because the main character he's a bit of a man-child, he's a little immature. Meanwhile, at key points, the young lady is actually more mature than he is. And seeing that juxtaposition and how that, like, dynamic plays out throughout the movie is actually, like, really kind of heartwarming. And like I said, the whole age disparity slash cultural differences, they are discomforting, especially if you're a guy. Like I said, I had to stop the movie a few times, but it's also there as kind of a learning tool, almost. And these two completely different characters with completely different arcs, you just kind of see their arcs kind of unfold throughout the movie, and it turns into this really, really powerful experience, I thought. Because the movie kind of embraces the fact that there's a lot of flaws to being an adult and a lot of downsides, but there's also, you know, equally as many downsides to being a younger person. But on the flip side, there's also advantages to both, and the point is being conscious of all of those things. But again, all this, like, theoretical stuff that I'm throwing at you, it's all a matter of opinion, but that's what I kind of came to understand the movie as. Like, coming of age is a much more relative term than everybody gives it credit for. Because when somebody says, like, coming of age film, the first things I think of are, like, Stand By Me or The Goonies. But in all technicality, it's way more complicated of a genre than that, because if you want to get realistic about it, Man of Steel, the Superman movie, is technically a coming-of-age film. So this movie kind of takes that concept and just flips it the fuck over on its head. But aside from that, the movie is just well made in general. The chemistry between all the characters is fantastic, like whether it's the main character's best friend, or like the asshole hotel clerk that they see, or basically all the people that they meet along the way. Like, it was just, all the dynamics were pretty well fleshed out, I thought. I dug most of the music in the movie, and I loved the way the movie ended. Because the ending just brought so much levity to both the characters, and I don't want to give it away, so I'll just leave it there. So overall, for a score out of 10, I think I'm gonna give it a 9.3. The creepy factor was there, but it was symbolism for you overcoming discomfort and coming to terms with it and understanding it. And growth and understanding, I think, is very important, no matter how old you are, what walk of life you're in, race, age, gender, whatever, doesn't matter. So I definitely recommend this movie. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Have you seen this movie? Do you want to see it? Did you get as creeped out as I did while you were watching it? Hop in the comments. Let me know what's up. Other than that, if you like this review, give me a like, subscribe, do all that other shit, and I will catch you guys later.